Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And we have a special guest with us here on the State of the Saints podcast. We have actor and New Orleans native. We have Deric Augustine. Deric, what's going on, man?
What's going on, brother, man? Thanks for having me here. I appreciate you, bro.
Man, I appreciate you being here, man. And just thank you so much for your time. I know you're extremely busy. You're out there in LA, correct?
Yeah, man. I live in LA now, man. I went from New Orleans to New York to LA. So, you know, I'm in the entertainment industry. I'm an actor and a writer and producer, so I have to be here. And LA been showing me love, but it's not like New Orleans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I stay in South Carolina, and I stay in Myrtle Beach. I'm a native of New Orleans myself, man. So, but you know, it's no place like home, man. From the culture to that food, man. But man, living in LA, man. Yeah, living in LA, man. So how is it, man? How you love it?
I tell you what, man. I'm kind of spoiled, man. In LA we have great weather. You know, there's a lot of stuff to do out here. We got the beaches, we have hiking, so stuff that we don't really have in New Orleans. So in that aspect of living in LA, I love it. But like I said before, man, it's nothing like being home and with my family and, you know what I'm saying, enjoying like a good home cooked pot of gumbo. And we just don't have that here. But, you know, so I get my grandma recipe, but it ain't the same, you know what I'm saying? But man, LA it's a city where you come here to pursue a certain dream, and it can either make you or break you. But fortunately, with God's will, I've been doing good, man, and I've been able to work a lot, and my success is just a statement that anybody can make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, man, you really been doing your thing, man. I mean, you know, for shows and projects like Surviving Compton, you know, also the voice of NBA 2K, which is Jay, you know, like, and also Muhammad Ali, man, and Godfather of Harlem, man. I love that show, man. Shouts out to my homeboy, man. He was actually on the show with you, Tremel Tillman. I went to Jackson State with him, man. But that's my guy right there. But yeah, man, how did you get into first off, let's start off with the 2K project. I mean, Rosario Dawson, Idris Elba, Maverick Carter. I mean, working with alongside LeBron James with the project. I mean, how did that go, man? And what were your thoughts and how did you feel about getting that role?
Yeah, when they first held auditions for it, they didn't tell me what it was for. Right. They was just like, it's a project that Spring Hill is producing, which is LeBron James's production company. And at the time, I was testing for another show, so I was in the process of booking something else. I was preparing for that, so I was like, "Yeah, I'll audition for it. But if I get this other project, there's no way I'm gonna choose this one over that one." Right. So I went to the audition. Then I had the call back, and I met the director. His name is Sheldon Candace, and he's really known for his movie that went to Sundance, which is called Love. Right. And I met with him, and we ran the scene a couple times, and then like a week passed, and I got the call, and they told me what the project was for. I was like, NBA 2K. I was like, man, what kid don't play NBA 2K? What person don't play NBA 2K? Right. So not to people know this, but NBA 2K actually reaches billions worldwide. Yeah. So my face and my voice and my mannerisms has been seen more than any of my acting projects. Right. You know, being in it's called motion capture. So it's not just voiceover, man. It was just, I was in this suit, this suit with all these dots that pick up from the cameras. And then we had regular cameras around the studio, and we had a director, producer. it was just like shooting a regular film or TV. And yeah, I got to work with Idris Elba. He came for a couple of days. Rosario Dawson and Maverick Carter and Thomas Middleditch and a bunch of other actors, man. And we made a movie, and man, it was a great experience. And now I have motion capture, which on my resume, which I can be able to do like Avatar and stuff like that. So yeah, man, and just knowing that millions of people have known me from that game is crazy.
Man, that's absolutely dope, man. And just also, man, like some of the roles that you've been a part of, man, biopics, like you said, Surviving Compton, you played the role of DJ Yellow, who was part of the famous group NWA, and also Cassius Clay with Muhammad Ali, man. So have you always like really been into history? How important is it for you to select some of the roles that you have, and you know, and also having a positive depiction of yourself as an actor?
Well, I always say for an actor, the hardest roles to really do is when you're playing a real person, because you know, many people know, especially playing Muhammad Ali or Cassius Clay at the time, man. It was just, I remember after I got the call, when I got it, I was relieved that I actually booked the project, because the audition process was hard. You got to go through producers, network, then studio, then network. And then when I got it, I was like, yeah, I'm grateful that I got this, but now I got to really put in some work. You know, because Muhammad Ali is the biggest sports icon ever. You know, and he's not just a sports icon. You know, he's an activist. He's a humanitarian, and he has a big personality. He's a poet, a comic, and you add all these things in there. It's like, oh God, I got to put in some work. So the first thing I did was I went back to my acting school in New York, and which is William Esper, and you know, helped me train to get ready for the project. And I put on 10 or 15 pounds of muscle, because you know, Muhammad Ali was a little bit bigger than me, so I had to, you know, do 2 days. I had my diet. I had to get a trainer, and so I put in the work, man. Then I got the set, and you know, I never get nervous, man, when I show up on set. But when I saw Forrest Whitaker, man, you know, this I was playing an icon, working with an icon, you know, and when I got to set, I never broke character, man, because it's hard when you're playing a real person to get in and out of character for me. So for that week, I was Muhammad Ali, and people were looking at me because the drivers picking me up. Was like, why are you talking like that? It's like, man, you know what I'm saying? So I stayed in. I really did method acting for this role, and but no, when I worked with Forrest, it was just. I remember I was in a scene. I did the scene on the first season where we were sitting down, and I had to come to his office to talk about, I need your help. I just remember, man, I was in the scene, and I was like, dang, man, I'm really acting across Forrest Whitaker right now. Award-winning Black actor, man, that a lot of young Black actors look, you know, they look at him like, man, you're an icon, you're the pinnacle where I want to reach in my career. I'm really acting in front of you. And for me, it just solidified that I'm at the right place in my career. I'm here, and I'm not leaving, man. This industry is gonna make room for me, because it's hard, man. Especially when you're a man of faith, morals, and values. It's hard to make it in this industry, man. And I broke in, man, and you can't take that from me. So I would say playing historical figures and playing real people, man, it's hard, and you have to put in the work.
You know, I minored in theater when I was at Jackson State, man. And I had a good friend of mine who plays on a few roles. His name is Rob. And I remember like we used to like do these different plays, and like right before the shows, like, you know, we have the class and stuff like that. And when I see him like walking across the yard, he was always in character. And I used to like, hey, what's wrong with you, man? And he would never call me by my name. He would always call me by the character that I'm playing. He was just so like into it, man. So I definitely, I feel you. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that, man. And it just shows you like the importance of that character to you. You know what I'm saying? So, man, kudos to you. And, you know what I mean? You're doing some outstanding work, man. Yeah, but like you said, you are from New Orleans, man. You know, we talked about the food a little bit. Talked about the gumbo. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hot sausage po' boy man myself, bro. But
ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man. But you know, the New Orleans Saints, man. So when did you become a Saints fan? Even though, you know, you're from New Orleans, some people aren't Saints fans.
Bro, I know some people from New Orleans not Saints fan, but I believe the vast majority of people, 98% of people, are Saints fan from New Orleans. So I remember like my family are huge Saints fans, man. And I have a twin brother, and our mom used to make us watch the Saints back when Bobby Abel was playing, dog, and I'm back in the G when we were, and then when Aaron Brooks and when we were in the Aints, and I just remember her just screaming at the TV and me looking at our mama like, man, what the you know what I'm saying? So it was embedded in me at a young age, man, since I can remember, man. Since 5 years old, us having the starter Saints jackets, going to the games, man. And for us, you know how it is. New Orleans, as a family, you can fight during the week, man. But on Sunday, you get together, fry some chicken, fry some fish, put some gum on a pot. And what you do, you watch the Saints.
Yes, sir.
And on Monday, you go back to fighting. And if the Saints lose, oh, come on, man. Your whole week messed up, man. So that's the good thing about. And I've traveled the world, man. I've worked in different states, different cities, and that's the one thing that other cities don't have, that culture, man of camaraderie, of brotherhood, of family that New Orleans has. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, the New Orleans Saints, look, no matter, like, you know, I think about Hurricane Katrina because that's when I left New Orleans in 2005, and New Orleans, like, was the one thing. I mean, the Saints was the one thing that brought everybody together, man. You know, because it just reminds you of home. You know what I'm saying? And cheering for the team. And I definitely, you know what I'm saying, I definitely can relate to those games, man. See, I grew up in church, man. My grandfather is a pastor, so I remember my grandmother, who was a huge Saints fan. I remember, like, as soon as the benediction hit, it's time to go. She used to leave my grandpa at church. You know what I'm saying? And he had to find a way home because he trying to catch the second half, bro.
Come on, man. Let's
talk a little bit about them, man. Drew Brees, man. You know how much Drew Brees means to the city. You know, you know what I'm saying, a positive outlook that he brought to the Saints organization. You talked about it, man, when they was known as the Aints. He brought credibility to the organization. So what did Drew Brees mean to you, man? And, you know, just following his career, what do you think about the legendary Drew Brees?
You know, Drew Brees took us out of, like you said, out of that losing mentality, and where players used to dread coming to the Saints because that's what careers. That's where you go to the Saints, your career is gonna die. Yeah, and he took us from that to Sean Payton taking a chance on him as well, because it was a two-way street. I'm gonna take a chance going to the Saints. I'm gonna have to re-amp this team. And Sean Payton, hey man, I got this kid. Yeah, he played great, but once you hurt your shoulder, your throwing shoulder, come on, man. You just never know. Is he going to be the same guy? Is he going to deteriorate, or is he going to be better than what he was? So, and when he came to the Saints, man, we just saw a huge jump as far as the culture of the Saints, the winning mentality, man, where players wanted to come here. And after Hurricane Katrina, when you see us win that Super Bowl and rally in 2009, it was just, man, we got a team now. We got a team. And to see what happened after that Super Bowl win, how our team kind of, you know, after what happened with us with the NFL, with the Bounty Gate, and how we still, you know, loved our Saints, and how Drew Brees really just changed the way we watch the Saints on Sundays. It's like we became more passionate. We won a Super Bowl with this man. And you know, we became loyal to him. So it's in a way that he became like our family member. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Drew Brees couldn't do anything wrong. They was calling the man Breezes for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I would say his legacy in New Orleans is that, man, he turned this organization into a winning organization, man. And it's just a shame. Me personally, I feel as though he should have at least 3 more rings, man. You know, I think we had a great chance to win in 17, 18, and of course when we played the Rams, man. Man, I remember when that happened, man. I was in Soho House watching the game with my homies, and when that play happened, I knew we were going to lose. We got in overtime. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Once Drew Brees threw that ball up, I got up and left. And I don't talk about the Saints. 2 weeks, I was just in a pissed off mode, man.
Oh man.
So man, I'm really, he should have had at least 3 more, man.
When I watched that Rams game, you know, and I seen what happened to the Saints, I couldn't tell you what happened in the AFC Championship game, and I never watched the Super Bowl. Like, I'd never seen it. Like, I
ain't watching either.
Not one thing happened. But I mean, it hurt, man. That was, to me, I feel like that 2018 team when they had that 1 seed, I think that was the best Saints team they ever had, even like the one that they won the Super Bowl. Because I really felt that team could have went all the way. They could, and honestly, I feel like they could have beat the Patriots, man. But
yeah, we could have.
Yeah, that upset me, man.
But you know what, man? It is what it is. Now we have to move forward. And one thing about what Drew Brees instilled in us as fans is that we can win. And man, you know how bad we want that next Super Bowl, and how we fiending for that, man. And I think Jameis and this team, our team last year, only thing that's changed is our quarterback. Us losing George Jenkins, us losing Sheldon Rankins, us losing, who else did we lose in the offseason?
Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders. Well, we can debate about how great of a player he was for the Saints. I'm not saying he wasn't, but I only seen like 2 or 3 games where, okay, this guy is a really good number 2 receiver. You know what I'm saying? So now it's going to take for us to our defense is still solid, right? Yeah, we have some questionable receivers. I believe that only thing we're really missing in the offense is a speedy receiver that can get their behind downfield, other than Devontae Harris. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's still possible.
Yeah. I just think when Michael Thomas comes back, you have yourself that number 1 receiver. And I just think that it'll help out people like Callaway. I think that he's a guy who can, you know what I'm saying, really make some plays, but he's just not that number 1 guy. I mean, we seen him in a couple games where he was actually a leading receiver. You know what I'm saying? When he was out there, you know, playing against the Detroit Lions. And, you know, he was out there, he was making some serious plays, man. But I just think that, you know, him being double teamed and stuff like that, that's just not his lane. So I just think once Michael Thomas gets back, and, you know, I just think that the Saints will be much better because he'll demand that double team and he'll allow other guys to get open. And I also just think they need to put more emphasis on the running game. But let's talk about my final question for you is Jameis Winston, man. Do you think that Jameis Winston can lead the Saints to the Super Bowl?
Man, I think that what Jameis's biggest thing is that, you know, people are watching you, man, as far as your turnovers. So I think that if Jameis Winston really trusts his team, trusts his abilities, and don't make any rash decisions, as far as you saw last game, man. Right. This man, you know, and I'm not taking the second interception was okay. Yeah, it was pretty much a Hail Mary. But that first one, we could have got 3 points, Jameis. All you had to do, nobody's open, don't force anything, run. You could have gained 2-3 yards, take a slide, and we could have kicked a 52-yard field goal.
Yeah, I mean, it could have easily, you know what I'm saying? It could have easily happened, you know what I'm saying? But I just think that Jameis' biggest issue, and I said this on the last podcast, I feel like his biggest issue is the fact that, you know, he takes it upon himself to try to make plays when he feels like all hope is lost, so he feels like he got to generate a spark. And he's been like that since he was at Florida State, Derek. You know what I'm saying? He's been the same way. Like when he feels like, you know, the team's back is against the wall, it seems like they're not having a good day, he tries to force the issue. And I think that's when he falls into that you know what I'm saying, falls into those old habits that he has.
He has to, and Sean Payton's not going to allow that. You know how Sean Payton is. Somebody's messing up, boom, you out. So I think that if he does allow himself to get into those turnover battles, I think that Sean Payton is going to, you know how Sean Payton is, man. We don't allow that over here, man. So if Jameis, like we said, and like you said before, if he doesn't allow himself to get in that state, we're gonna have to rely on Alvin Kamara. We're gonna have to allow on Taysom Hill as far as being a tight end, a blocking tight end, and picking up the slack where Jameis maybe lack. And these receivers got to step up, man. But I think if we get into the bye 3-2, Michael Thomas will be back. David Amumana gonna be back. Hopefully our center gonna be back. And and I think the last game we kind of broke down because Ruiz had to make the protection calls and Jameis, and they just weren't used to it. They weren't ready for that. And you saw Carolina, all right, they can't pick up these packages. I'm gonna keep sending them. They sent the same blitz package 3 times in a row because we just couldn't pick it up. And you can't put that on Armstead because Armstead, you can't. There's no way my boy Armstead can pick up three blitzers. No. Ruiz, man, you got to pick that up, Ruiz. You see that guy coming off the edge 9 times out of 10, he's not gonna fall back into coverage. You got to pick that blitz up, and you could have just checked down to the run play. Yeah, all right. Oh man, Winston's about to run a bootleg on this side, and I see 3 people coming. Let's check down on the run game. Let's get Kamara on the right side. That's an easy fix. And I believe this week of practice, they're going to pick that up. And we're going to come back with to the Patriots, and we're going to bring it to them because we're getting them dogs back. Lattimore going to be back. I mean, Zach Bond is a great linebacker, but he's used to what? In college, he was a pass rusher. He was never that guy that he was never a cover linebacker.
Right.
You know, Warner, Pete Warner. I heard he's fast. He has playmaking ability as far as guarding tight ends, guarding running backs. We're gonna see what he does because he's off his hamstring injury. So let's see. I know we couldn't see him in preseason because he was hurt. But man, a lot of my homies, we in a text feed. Oh, Zach Bond, and I'm like, listen, homies, listen. Zach Bond was never that cover linebacker. In college, he was a pass rusher. He was lined up on that dirt. As a linebacker, he was blitzing. All right. So we asking this man after a year, after COVID and everything, to guard Christian McCaffrey, the number one running back in the game. I think Kamara the number one running back, but Christian McCaffrey, man, there's no way, man. There's no way this dude who played pass rusher can guard one of the speediest, most agilifying running back in the game. So I believe we're going. With the Patriots, you know what I'm saying, we're going to adjust properly. Their protection is going to be 100% better, man.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have to get better. And you're going to end up getting blown out. And they're going to have to find different ways to be creative in this game because he takes away what you do best, and that is Alvin Kamara on the offensive side of football.
And one thing Bill Belichick did say, don't count Jameis Winston out. Yeah, he had a bad game, but this dude is an athlete. So, okay, y'all gonna shut Kamara down. Come on, wide receivers, y'all gotta step up. Jawan Johnson used to play wide receiver, now you play tight end. You know what that means? You're a shiftier. You can on these linebackers. So you're gonna have to step up too.
I appreciate your time, man. Just thank you so much for talking Saints football with us, and just let everybody know how they can get in touch with you, man.
For sure, man. Yeah, my Instagram and my Twitter is just Deric Augustine. You can watch Godfather Harlem on Epics. You can find it on Amazon. I got a new show coming out called Swagger. That's going to be on Apple TV. Criminal Minds, Vampire Diaries. The list goes on and on, man. So, but thanks for having me, man. New Orleans, I love you, baby. I'm going to come back to the city soon. You hear me? But, man, thanks for having me, dog. I appreciate you.
Man, Deric, thank you for being here. Good luck with all your projects and everything that you have coming up. And once again, like you said, man, check out Godfather of Harlem. It's one of my favorite shows that's out there right now. So y'all check them out, man. And we're going to continue to support you, man. We got to support the city. So good luck to you.